why can everybody voice everything else, but the pulpit needs to be silent? It makes no sense. Let me tell you why. Because they want to silence the voice of truth.
California pastor Shane Idleman goes on a tirade over the liberal left, wanting to silence the pulpit on hot-button issues. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spirited Debate. I'm Lauren Green. Now, Pastor Idleman from Westside Christian Fellowship in Southern California seemed to hit a breaking point, but is he right? Is the liberal left trying to keep conservative religious voices from speaking? And here to debate, Pastor Shane Idleman himself and Christopher Hale, the founder of the Francis Project. Welcome to you both.
Thank you for having us.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Okay, Pastor Shane, I want to start with you, because were you at a breaking point? Because it sounded a little like Jack Nicholson when he said in the movie, you can't handle the truth. Why the passion here, and how have you been silenced? I mean, you seem to be speaking very clearly on the pulpit there.
Well, that's a good point, and this has been building for many years, not only in my own life, but I know if you talk to churches around America, Americans, believers, that just everything from Facebook to YouTube to the silencing to the media twisting a lot of things, and you get to a point where you just say, you know what, enough is enough. The pulpits need to be beacons of light. The pulpits need to start talking about difficult issues. For many years, when the nation was first built, the pulpit used to set the tone for the nation, and versus everybody spinning things. And so I think we don't want to confuse passion with arrogance and anger. I'm not angry. I'm very passionate about how far basically the nation has drifted. And anytime we want to speak up and speak about controversial issues, it seems that everything is trying to be silenced and remove God from the schools, from the government, the Supreme Court looking at not laws from a moral standpoint anymore, but more of what is politically correct. So I think trying to be that voice in the wilderness and drawing people back to what God's Word says is the motivation.
Okay, I'm going to get to a couple of laws specifically in California that I want to address, and maybe this is what you're talking about. But Christopher, is Shane right? Is the left trying to shut down the voices of more conservative or Orthodox Christianity, or just telling them, the right that you're wrong, basically? What do you say?
There are fringes of the left that clearly do not like religion. It's to their peril. A progressive movement that goes forward in the next 20 or 30 years must include and have people of faith at the forefront. If you look at the civil rights movement in the 1960s, that was a faith-led movement. The anti-segregationist movement, the movement to end slavery, these are all faith-led progressive movements. I'll say this, though. I think we have to be clarified. There are marginalization activities, and there are actually self-perceptions of marginalization. Christians are a powerful group in this country. Evangelicals got Donald John Trump elected president of the United States. So I don't want to overstate the marginalization of Christians, but Democrats marginalize Christians to their chagrin and to their future.
But I want to talk about specifically the two California bills. You had a California that threatens jail time. I think it passed, actually, the California state. That threatens jail time for anyone who refuses to use a transgender person's preferred pronoun. This refers to nursing homes, so it's mostly seniors, but it seems to me that it would pass on to other levels as well. This is just the beginning. Now, there's also another California law introduced that it makes it illegal for Christians to provide biblically based counseling for those wanting to help with if they had unwanted same-sex attractions. Now, it seems to me that if you believe the Bible's account of strictly male-female gender duality, that this bill is a threat to your religious freedom. And Christopher, I want you to address this first. I mean, does that seem like a threat to religious freedom?
The first bill proposed by the California legislature is a load of malarkey. It's absurd. The idea that you're going to jail nursing home administrators, nursing home nurses for using incorrect terminology is absurd. Let me tell a very quick story. I was home in Tennessee over Christmas break, and there's a group of people discussing a newspaper article about transgender issues. And one woman said, I want to care about these issues. I want to understand them. But my first concern is making a living for me and my family. Democratic politics needs to put economic stability and growth and a strong middle class in the middle. And these social issues can grow over time. We shouldn't jail those who do not agree with the progressive movement. It's absurdity.
Now, but Pastor Shane, you're in California. Do you feel the sort of pinch against your sort of religious views because of these kinds of laws?
Well, first I'd have to agree with what Christopher just said, but what you just read is the reason why there's so much passion. what the absurdity and what is being allowed in Sacramento and officials and legislation actually being passed. I mean, I don't know whether to laugh or cry when I read that. To somebody using the wrong pronoun, so that's my point, is somebody needs to start voicing, in love, of course. It's not coming from anger or hate, but in love, saying, hey, this is wrong. We need to stand up for what is right. God cares about government. He ordained government. It's Romans 13. It's his way of legislating, and you can't legislate morality, but you can restrain evil and set a tempo for what is good. So I just think, well, of course we're feeling the heat because these laws are being pressured upon us, and that's where the passion comes from. People are just not wanting to say much.
Okay, well, Pastor Shane Idleman and Christopher Hale, I want to thank you very much for being on A Spirit Debate, and you can check out Pastor Shane's whole sermon on the topic, and you could go to the church website, westsidechristianfellowship.org, and be sure to follow Christopher on Twitter at Chris Jolly Hale. That's very nice. Thank you very much. I'm Lauren Green, and please check out my book, Lighthouse Faith, God is a Living Reality in a World Immersed in Fog. And thank you for watching A Spirited Debate.